Hi, everybody. Welcome to GBAC Boardroom Thought Leadership. Today, we have a great surprise for you, the star of CES, the flying car. We have Robert Dingaminze from Powi. They are sponsoring this video for us, and they wanted to talk about their product, and it is the star of CES, so this is a perfect time. Welcome, Robert. Please tell us about your company.
The company PELV is the company in the world now bringing the first commercial flying car ever. It's been tried for over 100 years. We actually started about 20 years ago as a project, but as a company about 12 years ago, and we're about to give the first keys to customers very soon.
Great. And where can we expect that? And tell us about that. This is exciting.
Yeah, we are a Dutch company, and for any manufacturer, of course, if you can, you start at your home market. So that's what we do. We already have sold our first year of production in the Netherlands only.
Wow, fantastic.
So that's far beyond expectation.
Right.
That means that we are already discussing stepping up production.
Right.
And people in the world can reserve it since last year. And the order book is growing at the moment. So we will start from the Netherlands, then go to Germany, UK, German-speaking countries, and the rest of Europe. And we also have an American team. We have even the legislation changed already in New Hampshire, as you may know. So we are making headway in the US also, and there's interest from everywhere in the world. So we are very happy at the moment.
Great, outstanding. Why are you partnering with us, GBAC? How are we helping you fulfill your mission?
Yeah, you contacted us. You have a network. Of course, we want to, on the one hand, influence people who make rules and regulations, and you have them in your network. Okay. On the other hand, our customers are, of course, people who have certain buying power, because the vehicle in the US is about $600,000, and you have those in your network. So in your audience, we want to communicate, get in touch with both of those people. And there's always, well, not always, but at the moment, there's also, again, a possibility to invest in our company. So those three subjects, if people are interested, we can entertain.
Absolutely. And I have the platform and the audience. I am a big supporter of this. You're a trailblazer, and I wanted to work with you. And I'm glad you're sponsoring this content, so it's great. I think this is a great start for a great friendship and a relationship to start. We have people in my network want to come and see this factory and down there. Could you tell us about, right now, the world is really getting into carbon emissions, and sustainability is a big priority for a lot of my subscribers. Could you tell me about what Powi is doing about sustainability and the flying car?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sustainability and say the global CO2 footprint is very important also for us. On the other hand, the challenges in aviation are probably the biggest to get to CO2 neutral mobility. Okay. Because batteries are still very, very heavy, and there are no real breakthroughs or enough expected to fly a sensible range. So current batteries only allow you to fly small hops of about 5 or 10 minutes. I know, for example, Toyota did a big announcement last year that there will be an air taxi coming from Toyota, and they hope to fly 5 kilometers in 2023. So that's where it will start when it goes to electric flying on batteries. Our PELV for the start is based on petrol. Okay. And we are investigating actually with the Dutch aerospace laboratories and various people also how we can bring forward a more sustainable version in future. That will take time. Okay. And then that might be based on H2. That might be based on batteries when there's a big breakthrough. But another route to go in aviation might be synthetic fuels, which means you create diesel from solar energy, and then diesel is the carrier instead of batteries, and that's actually very, very sustainable. It's not something which is top of mind of most people. They think sustainability is batteries. Well, batteries as such are not that sustainable themselves, but you use batteries to store energy, and there's different ways to store energy. So where aviation will go depending on range and application is different per segment. But we are definitely working towards also sustainable aviation.
Okay. So this has been a passion for you. You're not only the founder, but you're the trailblazer in this industry. Tell us about some of the people behind this, some of the board members, some of the investors behind Powi, so we get a little bit better information in corporate governance structure. Tell us a little bit about how did you start and who's behind this.
So the whole project as such started as a research project by the Dutch Aerospace Laboratories, which is a 600 people government-funded research organization working for all the big players in the aviation industry. And they worked together with the Delft University, the aeronautic university, which actually is the biggest aeronautic university outside the US. About 80% of our students at that university are foreign, because we're a small country. So in this environment, the concept started, was patented, and KPMG worked on the business plan. And when they had a business plan ready, they were looking for people who could really run this business as entrepreneurs. So they came in contact with us. We have been setting up companies in the past where new technologies, new regulations played a big role. So they thought of us. And at first we couldn't believe it. Like most people cannot believe the flying car will really be there soon. But it ticked all the boxes. And for us, the most important box to tick was that this could be built in existing regulations. And if that hadn't been the case, doing it as a startup is probably a very challenging thing, because changing regulations both for road and air might take you 1 or 2 decades. So our first product from the beginning has been focused on complying with existing regulations. Well, then you start to build a team. So we build a team of seasoned entrepreneurs. We build a team of brilliant technicians. And our non-executive board is partly financial, partly marketing, but very importantly also very seasoned aviation people. So our chairman of the board nowadays used to be the second in command of GKN Aerospace, Fokker, which has about 10 billion turnover in aviation and car parts. They are still a very important partner for us to develop not only this product but also the future products in our roadmap.
What's the vision? Because a lot of subscribers are public company chairman and tech billionaires for me. What is the vision for you to get this product out, launched coming next year? What else do you want us to go public down the road? If you tell me the future for this company.
So we started this company to build a better airplane, because a better airplane is something which flies and drives and not only flies. Nowadays, future flying mobility is seen as one of the big new industries in the world. So we're on the radar screen of not only the big car companies and the big aviation companies, but to give you a feel, the second man of Samsung out of Korea took the plane to visit me. That's the level we've been noticed at the moment.
Absolutely.
So we expect to bring our first product to market. We have a full roadmap, not only of a flying car, but also of an eVTOL air taxi. We will develop those products as a standalone company, but we're also open to different alliances. So I would expect in future that either we will go stock listing as a company, or we will be acquired or partnering with one of the big companies to speed up and roll out the whole development.
Outstanding. That's a bright future, and you're definitely trailblazing in this industry, and it's a proven concept. You can see we're sharing the video as it's playing below our interview, and people can see it's flying, it's not drives, it flies. Talk about safety. Safety is a big thing, and how are you guys addressing that, and the testing you guys have, rigorous testing you guys have formed to get to this point?
Aviation is all about safety. And the regulator, of course, only focused on safety as such. And that means we have been working with the EASA, so the Dutch, not the Dutch, but the European FAA, so to say, since 2009 to ensure that what is certified in the end is very, very, very safe. It also is a very safe principle of flight we use. So we fly as a gyroplane, and a gyroplane is something completely different than a helicopter. A helicopter is very hard to fly and pretty dangerous. A gyroplane is the opposite. It's the safest way of flying and rather easy to learn. And that is because the rotor is not powered by an engine, it's powered by the wind. It's actually a sort of rotating wing, which acts like your parachute. It's always out. And there's a propeller in the back pushing the vehicle. And it's stable aerodynamically. Which means as a pilot you can even let all controls go and it will just continue to do what it did. Which is completely different from a helicopter. If you stop operating a helicopter, you will crash in seconds. A helicopter is acrobatics. Pilot has to use hand and feet every second to keep the thing stable in the air, which means it's very hard to learn for people and pretty dangerous. Gyroplane is the opposite. So the way of flying is very stable. It's a professionally certified vehicle, not a sports certified vehicle, professionally certified under EASA with all its safety. And then the third thing is training. So of course the pilot himself should be safe. So we have, since last year, we have the guru of gyroplane training and our management team as the head of flight training. He has about 4,000 instructors on the world in his network. They have been improving gyroplane training over the last 10 years. And so we use that resource to ensure in our own schools and partner schools that people who will own a PALV are also very safe pilots.
So somebody who was inspired by this and everything but doesn't have a pilot license, to talk about your flight academy and how can they go through the process to become able to drive and fly, because a lot of people don't know how to fly. So how do you answer this dilemma?
Yeah, of course. When you start to fly, you need a license.
Right.
And in future we will do autonomous flight, but it will still take 10 to 15 years before that will be available and certified. So at the moment, getting your license is the only route to become a car flying pilot. And we have structured, say, 6 blocks which you can go through, which are sort of very intense, effective training. And we have that available in the Netherlands at the moment at our Fly Drive Academy. We have partner schools in the works, one in New Hampshire, one in Utah for the US market, one in Florida. We have one near Monaco, we have one near Vienna. So we won't have a very dense network, and that's why we really structure it in blocks of, say, a couple of days. And then it's very effective, it's very efficient, and then we know for sure that you get the right and safe training. And that's very important for the customer, but also for us as a manufacturer.
Good. What else would you like my audience to know about your company and your vision and things you would like to share with us?
Yeah, I think at the moment, this so-called flying car market, there's a lot of confusion about it. So everything nowadays which flies is called a flying car because that gives you a lot of publicity. If you look in the flying, say, personal flying market, there's one segment where we are by far the leader, which is fly driving combined. You use from your door to any door in the world, using existing small airstrips, flying in uncontrolled airspace, so full freedom. But it's really door-to-door traffic from any door to any door, using flying and driving. The other segment, which is coming up, and where we have a consortium in the works with Koreans, is what sometimes is referred to as the air taxi market, eVTOL market. Which is actually more or less a replacement of the current helicopter based on multi-rotors, electric. And a better name for that market would actually be Airbus, because you fly from station to station. It's not door-to-door traffic. It's public transportation, and it will be another huge segment in this market. Well, those will be for people, mobility, the two very distinct segments. Technology-wise, it uses for us the same technologies, the same infrastructure in terms of company, etc., etc. So it's definitely the next opportunity for us, but we are focusing first on bringing a fly driving product to market, while in the research environment, we are already working also on an eVTOL air taxi.
Good. Right now, COVID and coronavirus. How are you with CES making? Are you doing virtual tours? What are you doing that people can get an insight behind the cover, something exclusive just for our network, share some inside good news for our subscribers? What can they benefit from this partnership?
Yeah, during COVID times, everything in terms of shows has gone digital. So we are also participating in the digital CES or the virtual CES. People see the products, see the movies, we interact with people, I give interviews. And we are part of the Dutch innovation delegation, which has about 90 companies. But you can understand that the Dutch government, on the one hand, is very proud on us being the first in the world doing this. On the other hand, financially, they're also an important funder. So we are happy to be part of that delegation and together promote the strengths. In general, we try to get in touch with the right people, like you use any show, and then have follow-up discussions about becoming a car flying pilot and reserve one, or become one of our investors. Or also we hope to meet people who want to discuss how to expand the existing infrastructure to better facilitate flying cars.
Outstanding, outstanding. I have the platform for that, and absolutely. One insider question, if you can share. So, do you are using your own software for this Poly, or did you work with any software vendors or something? Did you create from in-house software? Talk about it, any information about that you can share with our audience.
Yeah, so if you look at the vehicle as such, in print, the live critical systems are actually not containing any software.
Wow,
so
interesting.
It's all mechanics, easy, it's safe, and it's already proven for 100 years. So we really decided not to go for a fly-by-wire system. You can make a mechanical system autonomous by so that will probably be the next step over the next 10 years. And technically, that's probably available now. But certification-wise, it takes 10 to 15 years to get something like that certified. This software, we will cooperate with various companies. There are different companies specializing in autonomous controls. Regarding the whole navigation systems, we actually combine systems like TomTom, Garmin, or Google Maps with existing aviation navigation software. That's all under the umbrella of a PAL-V app. So you will literally take your iPad during breakfast, say I want to go from here to there. It will advise you where to drive, where you are allowed to take off, where you land, continue driving. Also, when you're driving and traffic might change, this will be incorporated in the advice you get. Like anything, we try to use as much as possible proven existing technology and then adapt it to our application and product. And the same we do with software. So yes, there is some software systems in the vehicle, but they are not life critical.
Outstanding. Thank you for sharing the insights about Huawei. This is an amazing trailblazer thing, and you are definitely the leader in the industry. It is great to partner with you, and thank you for taking the time to share some insights about thought leadership with us, with our subscribers. Thank you.